Okay, so I watched the trailer today and it looks frighteningly scary. Can you tell us a little bit about the movie?
Ooh, well, without giving away any spoilers, there is a creepy priest that's following me over there, and there's a big scary werewolf, and there's a lot of hot girls, and yeah.
God, I love it. I can't wait to see the film. Now, tell me, as a child, what was your favorite scary movie?
Ooh, I was actually really terrified of scary movies, but I think the first one I ever saw was The Thing, John Carpenter's The Thing.
Oh my gosh, I know that is terrifying.
Nightmares forever, scarred forever.
I love it. Have you seen any of the Amityville franchises?
Yes, definitely, and I've been keeping track of what Thomas has been producing, so this isn't his first one. But I'm excited. I haven't seen this one yet, so I'm so excited.
Well, congratulations on the film. I'm looking forward to it, and have a great night.
Thank you.
Looking sharp tonight.
Thank you very much. Glad to be here.
What brings you out and about tonight?
Thomas Churchill, of course. Worked with him many times, and I'm always here to support, and I love his film, so have to come support the team. So, yeah, that's why I'm here.
I love it. Are you a fan of horror movies? I've got to ask you.
Yes, I am, and Halloween is coming up, so I'm very excited. So.
Any hints? What are you going to wear?
I don't know. That's a good question. Good question. I'm still working on it, so maybe this movie will give me some ideas about what to do. So maybe a werewolf, maybe.
Very fitting, very fitting.
Action!
Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Church's Hollywood Moments. Today, our show is going to be a little different again. We are going to show you some behind the scenes and the making of our film, The Amityville Moon. Kind of different from most werewolf films. Our film is currently streaming on the Peacock network, as well as on various platforms, and has been distributed through Lionsgate. You can get it on DVD and Blu-ray as well from Lionsgate. Our creature feature film kind of started about 10 years ago. I always wanted to do a werewolf movie, and at the time I was thinking of doing something else, and I met my special effects supervisor of Soda Effects, Mr. Roy Kinnearum, about 10 years ago. I came in to discuss our project, and next thing I know, I am on his reality show for the Sci-Fi Network called Monster Man, which we were talking about the making of the werewolf film that we were going to do back then. Unfortunately, how things work out, we did not do that werewolf project. Roy became one of my best friends and collaborator on most of my features for special effects. And when it was time to do a werewolf film again, the only person I would want to handle my creature feature was Roy Kinnearum and Soda Effects. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to show you how it all began when I met Roy, as well as how we put this project together, and some behind the scenes of the making of our film, The Amityville Moon. Let's get into it.
Why, I'm the Monster Man.
Hello?
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
I'm awesome.
I'm Tom Churchill.
I'm Cleve Hall.
Nice to meet you.
Well, everybody has been talking about Thomas Churchill and how his revolutionary style of directing is about to go mainstream.
So Roy is probably expecting you through the other door.
Probably.
Let me use our high-tech communication system to get hold of him.
Sure.
Okay. Roy! Hey!
Hey, man.
Snuck in through the other door.
With 4 horror movies to shoot over the next 2 years, every effects house in town's courting Thomas Churchill, and he's standing in my shop.
We're putting together a badass werewolf film. Old school, no CGIs in this film.
That's good. It's a guy in a suit, though. It's a very powerful...
Guy in a suit.
All physical.
All physical, all practical.
We have to make this werewolf design absolutely perfect. Because if it looks like a bad Halloween costume, Tom just may change his tune about using all practical effects.
It's great seeing you again.
Nice to meet you, man.
It's great seeing you. These people are it, and they get it. They understand the practical effects that I'm looking for. Blood. Did I mention carnage? Lots of carnage.
We got a werewolf.
We've lost so much business to CGI over the years. This is a great opportunity to prove to everyone that the best monsters are still made by hand.
Now, where is everybody here?
Oh, and they're pulling it out right now.
Oh.
Just in time.
Wow.
Hold down the
Sweet.
So this is the body.
Get out from behind it.
It ultimately will cut this up into muscles, and then the hair will go over that. I'm really excited.
Looks fantastic. That's what I look like when I take off my shirt.
Me too.
Well, the muscle core came out great, and Thomas was really excited. Now it's time for him to take a look at Constance's designs.
Hey, Constance.
Hi, how's it going?
How are you?
Constance did these.
You sketched these?
This is the most stressful part. If he does not like my drawing, then we're gonna have to start all over.
Wow. That's friggin' killer.
Thank you. Yeah, it was my first try at anything like that, so I was kind of intimidated.
I thought you kicked ass.
Move your face and stuff and see if anything's bugging you, or anything starts to feel like, aside from it being loose.
Open your mouth as far as you can. Close it. Again.
There'll be a mesh in there so you can't see her mouth either.
Right. And then her face, we're gonna color her eyes, and she's got we're gonna have the yellow eyes in her, and then around it's gonna be like painted or some shit.
It's gonna get glued. Well, we gotta trim this out more too. I think
It'll be glued down and it'll be painted, and to match the skin tone and she'll have the lenses in.
Let me see profile again. Open.
Well, hold it. It's gotta use a strap.
Let me pull it from the back for you. 1 second.
Open as far as you can.
Okay, that's what the
Let me see.
guys like timeline on doing this stuff too, because I want to get you guys.
Oh, I'd pull the camera out and do it, please. Yeah, because Tom's gotta go.
Like my fingers up all the way, like it feels.
Because this will actually slide underneath the suit, and the hair will get blended over, so you won't have to worry about that. But what we want to make sure is we put cups in here, like you'll feel it's hard, because if you
Shouldn't be. They're both same pair of shoes. They're all the same mold. Feel like you can move?
Can you?
Or can I get on the other side real quick?
So the tongue actually stretches out if we need silicone.
The middle one is a little.
The cool thing about going to the effects shop and watching Roy and Marcel put the final touches on Katrina in the costume of the werewolf just made me truly appreciate this craft of special effects and makeup effects. I mean, to go with a concept of something that you're writing on paper, going back to them, describing it. Next thing you know, you see some sketches, and before you know it, your actor, or actress in this case, is trying on the costume and making your character come to life. To me, that's what Hollywood's about. Turning your imagination into entertainment is truly amazing to me.
Looking forward to it, and it's right around. We're starting to go into the Halloween season, so it's perfect for it.
Perfect. So Amityville is one of the most famous franchises in movie horror history. So what was it like being attached to a project like that?
Oh, it's an honor, obviously. It was so much fun. I really enjoyed working with Tom Churchill, and he's really put a lot of passion into it and a lot of energy, and we just all really enjoyed working together. It was a great crew.
Fantastic. So tell us about your role in the movie.
Well, I play a nun.
Everyone's playing nuns and priests in this movie. I should be very concerned.
So I'm Sister Francis. I'm very godly, I'm sure. I give off that vibe.
You do.
So, and then you'll have to watch and see what I do.
Can't wait. So, like growing up as a child, did you have a favorite scary movie?
I wasn't really allowed to watch scary movies when I was little.
For good reason.
And I think maybe that's sort of come over into my adulthood because I get very scared when I watch scary movies.
And now you're in one.
Right, which is kind of ironic.
Very ironic.
But like as I grew older, I do enjoy a scary movie from time to time. I can't watch them alone, so I'm glad that I have a lot of people here around me. They're going to help me out in case I get scared.
Well, I'm sure you'll be fine. You look amazing. Thank you so much for talking to us tonight, and have a great time.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
When I was writing this film, I wanted to have a cool scalping scene. Kind of not a traditional way of scalping from the top of your head. I wanted to see the face slide off of someone's skull. And when I was writing it, I had this idea of the creature kind of doing the swipe with its claws onto the character of Nikki, who is played by Alexis Iacono in our film. And when I wrote it, we had a big meeting with Soda Effects with Roy Kinnear. How can we achieve this? And Marcel Banks came up with a cool idea, and we shot it, and to me, I couldn't ask for anything better. Take a look. Working on this project, to me, was a blessing. I have worked with these producers before, Philip Goldfine and Ben Dang, and we always had a good time in creating a project. And when I was asked to do my own Amityville trilogy, I took the opportunity and wanted to do something different. I didn't want to tell a story about the infamous house again in Amityville. It's been done. I wanted to do something about the neighborhood. What if a vampire was there, as in Amityville Harvest? What if in the Amityville Moon there was a werewolf there? Amityville Uprising, there's zombies. It was my own take on the old Universal monsters, the Frankenstein, Dracula, and Wolfman. I wanted to do something different with old school style, an old school flair, and throw it into something modern with practical effects. I also was a fan of the Little Red Riding Hood story and Peter and the Wolf, and those are in this project as well. When I write, I like to write deeper. There's lots of Easter eggs in here for the audience. I just don't want someone to sit and watch a movie and, I want someone to watch the film over and over and over and pick out new things, little subtle items in the background. Everything has an Easter egg in this film, in all of my films, actually. And one of the cool things about this particular project, how it came into fruition for me, was Phil Goldfine, when he asked me to do a werewolf project. And I had something I was going to do many years ago, and it didn't come into fruition. And the opportunity to write one set in the world of Amityville, making it more of a detective story. What's going on in this halfway house? Instead of just your basic, I got bit by a wolf, a gypsy, or whatever the lore that was giving in old school style movies was laid out. I wanted to do something completely different. Plus, keeping the old school style there as well. And I think the cast, the crew, everybody that put their heart and soul into this project, I believe hit a home run. Augie Duke and Sherry Davis, just to name a few. I couldn't ask for anybody else to portray these particular roles. Even the score. The score, I wanted something old school, like a John Carpenter feel. And Eric Schroeder hit it out of the park for me, as usual. I've worked with Eric numerous times on several films. And with this particular project, I wanted to do something that felt old school, from the 80s, an old tradition werewolf film. And with our practical effects that we put in it, I wanted it to come kind of close to the three films that I hold dear on a pedestal in practical effects. As I said earlier, it would be American Werewolf in London, The Howling, and Silver Bullet. And of course, the original Wolfman is up there as well. But if I'm going to step into this realm, this story of telling an old school werewolf film, I wanted to at least be in the same room as those films that I've mentioned for the audience. Everything for me when I'm doing a project is all about the audience and what they would like and what we miss watching these type of creature features that from the past. And I hope you guys all enjoy our film, The Amityville Moon, streaming right now on Peacock as well as various platforms, and of course DVD and Blu-ray from Lionsgate.
I'm so excited about this event. You guys are going to love this movie. It's just in time for Halloween, and I'm just so proud of the cast and crew. It's amazing.
What was a highlight of filming a movie like this? And also, like, with Amityville is such a legendary name in horror films. So, being involved with something like that, what was your highlight?
Thomas Churchill, who is our writer, producer, director, the stories just fall out of his head. This is how this all happened, is he just gets story after story after story. And he's really the guy to watch coming.
Wow. Where did you guys shoot the movie?
Oh, a couple of different locations, but one of them was a church in downtown Los Angeles, which you'll see on the screen, where all the girls are in a halfway house, basically. So the church is pretty great. It's a significant part of the film.
Wow. Well, I am very excited to watch it, and congratulations again. You look beautiful, and yeah, we'll see you later on.
Thank you so much.
One more swipe to the left. Swipe to the right. Swipe again. Stop and just stare. Put your head down. Drop your head down a little bit.
Stay back! Stay back! I'm warning you, I don't want to shoot! Don't make me shoot! Cut!
Tom, congratulations on the film. Are you excited about tonight?
Very much so, very much so. Thank you.
So tell us a little bit about what's your drive behind making a film like this?
Well, I always loved creature features, and I'm a big fan of old Hollywood with the Dracula, Frankenstein, and the Wolfman. I was a big fan of American Werewolf in London and The Howling, and I wanted to do something that pays homage to it and still told its own story. And, last year we did a movie called The Amityville Harvest, and I wanted to follow that up with The Amityville Moon. And so I think we did very well with this project. All the magic happened making it, so I'm pretty excited about it, and I'm just hoping the world, the audience loves it.
Love it. So obviously you love horror movies. And it's not your first film. Is there anything else in the works, the pipe works for the next one?
Oh yeah, we have 6 films that's waiting for distribution dates.
that we did between action and drama and horror. We've been in the horror genre for a little bit, but I'm a big thriller fan. I love doing action films and horror films. I love entertaining and basically making somebody go into an audience, go into a theater and forget their issues for 2 hours and get sucked into a story that I told and enjoy it is I did my job.
Fantastic. Well, congratulations on the film, and I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
God, it's creepy down here.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
Did you hear something?
Mr. Nolan, Carla Montgomery. Go find them. Take them back to the halfway house.
I pray to God that you bring our girls back safe and sound soon.
A search for runaways.
I think you're only gonna find one girl.
Why's that?
Because she's dead. Gone. Taken. Just like the others.
Will turn into something sinister.
I got a lead on one of the girls.
Now who has got you running? Hey, can I help you with something?
I'm only here to take her back to St. Matthias.
Screw you. She's not going anywhere.
When the moon rises,
Who's after you?
Not who, more like what?
the beast
Silver Bullet? You got a werewolf problem at this church?
is unleashed. The Amityville Moon.
Your grip, sister. It's hurting my arm.
Better to hold on to you, my dear.
That's a wrap.
3, 2, 1, boom!
Stay, hold.
Hold, don't move. Cut. Cut!